When you step into the ring with Brock Lesnar, you're not just having a wrestling match, you're surviving a storm. And on May 6, 2023, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Cody Rhodes walked into that storm, armed with nothing but heart, purpose, and the will to overcome a monster. The electricity in the Coliseo de Puerto Rico was almost physical. The air pulsed with excitement. The fans, wild with anticipation, filled the arena with chants and energy rarely matched on WWE soil. Cody Rhodes made his entrance first, dressed in white, symbolic of a man determined to walk the righteous path. He stood proudly, Kingdom echoing through the arena, fireworks lighting up behind him, the crowd in a frenzy. Then came Brock Lesnar, no music needed to remind us of his dominance. A hulking figure, eyes deadpan, all business. No Paul Heyman, no tricks, just raw intimidation. The Beast was in hunting mode. As the bell rang, Cody immediately launched into offense. He charged with a fury, striking Lesnar with a flurry of punches, drop kicks, and even a suicide dive to the outside. Cody knew he couldn't win a power contest, so he made it fast, strategic, and relentless. But Lesnar weathered the early storm. It was like trying to punch a mountain. Soon enough, the match turned.
Cody Rhodes tonight needs to be more than...
With a sudden burst of brute force, Lesnar caught Cody and planted him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Then another. Then the Germans began. The rhythm of destruction was familiar. Suplex after suplex rattled Cody's spine, each one worse than the last. Lesnar wasn't just wrestling, he was dissecting. There was no rush. The Beast enjoyed the process. He stalked Cody like prey, landing massive shoulder thrusts in the corner, toying with the pace, dragging Cody around the ring with ease. At one point he laughed as he hurled Cody halfway across the ring. This was not just a match, it was a statement. Cody was down, clutching his ribs, barely able to move. The referee looked concerned. The commentary team began questioning if Cody had gotten in over his head, but Rhodes got back up. Then came the moment that shifted the match entirely. Lesnar charged for a devastating corner splash, but Cody slipped out, just in time. Brock's head smashed into the exposed steel turnbuckle that had been loosened earlier. The impact was violent. Lesnar recoiled back, dazed. Suddenly, red began to pour down Brock's face. Real, visceral, shocking blood. It streaked down his chest, stained the mat, and turned the Beast into something even more dangerous. But also human. The crowd gasped. This wasn't planned. This was real. The match had entered a new dimension. And Cody? He saw opportunity. With fury in his eyes, Cody turned the tide. He attacked with everything he had. Drop kicks, stiff forearms, and back-to-back Cody cutters that stunned the Beast. Cody targeted the cut, throwing fists into Lesnar's face, breaking down the monster. For the first time in the match, Lesnar looked vulnerable.
Beast, we all understand it, but Brock Lesnar...
Rhodes knew this was his chance. He hooked Lesnar's head and planted him with a crossroads. The crowd exploded. But he didn't go for the pin. He lifted Brock again. Second crossroads. Still not done, he went for one more. A third crossroads. He could barely stand, but he dropped Lesnar face first into the mat. Cover, 1, 2, 3.
Decorating. Look at him! Cody Rhodes!
The arena exploded. Cody rolled away, exhausted, clutching his ribs, but victorious. Lesnar lay on the canvas, bleeding, stunned. Not just physically, but emotionally. This wasn't how things were supposed to go. Lesnar rarely loses, and almost never clean. But tonight he had been outwilled. Cody climbed the turnbuckles and celebrated, not like a man who just won a match, but like a man who had conquered a demon. He had earned this, not through shortcuts, not through alliances, but by walking through hell and refusing to stay down.
Steel steps by Cody to left.
Lesnar eventually stood, wiped the blood from his face, and left the ring on his own power. But the damage had been done. Cody Rhodes didn't just survive Brock Lesnar, he beat him.
Backlash. Now with its steel.
For Cody Rhodes, it was the path of redemption. After losing at WrestleMania, he needed a big win to re-establish his momentum. This was it. For Brock Lesnar, it was rare vulnerability. Bloodied and beaten, he showed he could still be caught off guard. especially when underestimating the fire of a man with purpose.
It's all legal. There's not going to be a disqualification.
For WWE fans, it was a reminder that modern wrestling still tells powerful, physical, emotional stories without needing titles involved. Backlash 2023 gave us one of the best David vs. Goliath stories in recent WWE memory. And when the dust settled, one truth remained clear. Cody Rhodes is not finished. In the world of professional wrestling, some matches transcend titles, stipulations, and even rivalries. They become moments, defining chapters in a wrestler's story, events that mark turning points for careers and narratives alike. One such match unfolded on May 6, 2023 in San Juan, Puerto Rico when,
even before this match began, and now he's right back.
On paper, it wasn't for a championship. It wasn't even the main event. But the significance of this bout went far beyond simple statistics. This match was personal, emotional, and symbolic, and it helped shape the future direction of both Cody Rhodes' career and WWE's broader storytelling landscape. Let's dive deep into why this match truly mattered.
Mess. And now Cody Rhodes targeting the...
To understand the importance of this match, we need to go back to WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes, fresh off his triumphant return to WWE the year before, was riding high. He won the 2023 Royal Rumble, punched his ticket to WrestleMania, and challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The world believed he was destined to finish the story, but he didn't. Roman Reigns retained. The ending was controversial. The crowd was stunned. Cody's momentum, carefully built over a year, hit a massive roadblock. The pairing of Cody and Brock seemed to come out of nowhere, but that was the brilliance behind it. On the Raw after WrestleMania, Cody teamed up with Brock Lesnar in what appeared to be a tag team main event against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. But moments before the bell rang, Lesnar turned on Cody in one of the most brutal assaults in recent memory. He didn't just beat Cody, he dismantled him. This heel turn from Lesnar was both shocking and effective. Fans hadn't seen Brock work as a full heel in years. He had been leaning more toward the unpredictable, cowboy-like antihero. This sudden shift back to monster mode gave the story immediate gravity. The dynamic between Rhodes and Lesnar was timeless. Underdog versus monster. But this wasn't just a trope. It was a narrative driven by Cody's real-life struggle to prove himself in WWE. For years, he had fought to escape the shadow of his legendary father, Dusty Rhodes. He left WWE, helped build AEW from the ground up, and came back to finish his story. Lesnar represented everything Cody had to overcome. The system that once didn't believe in him. The elite athletes who never had to claw for opportunity. The monsters who always got the spotlight, while dreamers had to build theirs from nothing. In a PG-era WWE, blood is rare. So when Brock Lesnar was busted open hard way during the match, it wasn't just a cosmetic choice. It was symbolic. The visual of Brock Lesnar bleeding, staggering, vulnerable, was powerful. This was the Beast incarnate, a former UFC champion, a man who dominated The Undertaker, John Cena, and Randy Orton. And here he was, bleeding at the hands of Cody Rhodes. It sent a message. Cody wasn't just a flashy return or a sentimental favorite. He was capable of surviving hell and fighting monsters. It was the first time in a long time that fans saw Brock not just beaten, but broken. By defeating Brock Lesnar, Cody didn't just win a match, he proved he belonged. This wasn't a fluke roll-up or a DQ victory. Cody hit 3 crossroads and pinned Lesnar clean in the middle of the ring. The win wasn't just cathartic for fans, it was necessary to keep Cody's momentum alive. This was WWE's way of saying, Cody isn't done, the story isn't over. And from a booking standpoint, it was genius. It gave Cody back his credibility without immediately inserting him back into the title picture. It created new rivalries and opened the door to future rematches with Brock. Backlash has often been viewed as a transitional event, a post-WrestleMania cooldown. But Backlash 2023 shattered expectations. Held in Puerto Rico, the event had one of the most electric crowds in WWE history. Their passion elevated every match, especially Cody versus Lesnar. This was a crowd that lived every moment, reacting viscerally to every move and twist. By delivering a main event caliber match at a B-level PLE, WWE showed that every show can matter, and that storytelling doesn't need titles to feel main event worthy. In a year filled with high-stakes matches, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar stood out. Not because of stipulations or belts, but because of emotion, storytelling, and symbolism. It was a rebirth for Cody Rhodes after his WrestleMania heartbreak. A reinvention of Brock Lesnar as a vicious heel again. A dramatic physical match that told a clear story. A reminder that WWE's best moments happen when real emotion meets in-ring brutality. In the end, Backlash 2023 wasn't just about revenge, it was about redemption. And as Cody Rhodes stood tall, blood on the mat and fire in his eyes, one thing was crystal clear. The story was far from over. In the world of professional wrestling, greatness isn't just measured by title reigns or finishing moves. It's measured by storytelling, emotion, and execution. At WWE Backlash 2023, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar delivered a match that wasn't just violent and entertaining. It was artistically meaningful. Though not the headliner on the card, this encounter told one of the most layered, character-driven stories WWE has put to canvas in recent memory. This match succeeded on every major front: narrative construction, physical storytelling, match psychology, and crowd engagement. At its core, this wasn't just a match between two stars, it was a clash between two ideologies. Brock Lesnar represents chaos, dominance, and brutality. He is wrestling's apex predator, relying on freak athleticism, explosiveness, and intimidation. Brock doesn't care about honor or legacy. His character fights because he enjoys domination. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, is a classic hero archetype. He wrestles with pride, emotion, and the desire to fulfill his destiny. His journey is built on resilience and family legacy. Where Lesnar bulldozes through problems, Cody climbs over them, bruised but defiant. This is what made the match so fascinating. Cody's early flurry of offense was a brilliant tactical choice. Knowing he couldn't overpower Lesnar, Cody relied on speed and chaos to catch the beast off guard. This mirrors his real-life understanding of wrestling psychology. Use your strengths early before the opponent can settle into a rhythm. It also told the story. Cody was desperate but calculated. Once Lesnar absorbed the initial onslaught, the tide turned brutally. Cody was thrown across the ring with suplexes, and the match entered the Suplex City portion. This was where Lesnar controlled the tempo. Every suplex was a message: I'm the alpha. Importantly, Cody sold these attacks masterfully. Every slam added more urgency, more sympathy, and more believability. His body language conveyed pain and resolve, and the audience fed off that. Cody hitting not one, not two, but 3 Crossroads finishers was deliberate. It wasn't just about finishing the match, it was about ensuring the beast stayed down. Each move symbolized one step in Cody's road to redemption. The first, overcoming the fear of failure. The second, rewriting the WrestleMania heartbreak. The third, cementing himself as more than just Dusty's son, Cody, the main eventer. The third, Crossroads, wasn't about winning. It was about ending a nightmare. The San Juan crowd played a critical role in this match's success. WWE smartly chose an international market that hadn't seen a major PLE in years. The result? Fans who were emotionally invested in every second. When Lesnar bled, they gasped. When Cody rallied, they roared. The crowd made the stakes feel real. This match wasn't happening in a vacuum. It felt like a shared experience between the performers and the people. Crowd psychology is often overlooked in analysis, but here, it was essential. They gave the match heart. This match didn't just entertain, it reshaped both characters. For Cody Rhodes, it gave him credibility after his WrestleMania loss. It showed he could win against monsters, not just wrestlers. It progressed his story. Cody can finish the story, but only after taking the hard road. Cody needed to win this, not because of a title, but because of identity. If he had lost to Lesnar, the mystique could have crumbled. But by winning, especially in that violent, dramatic way, he ascended. For Brock Lesnar, it reintroduced danger to his character. The blood reminded fans that Lesnar isn't invincible. It showed he can lose and still feel larger than life. Even in defeat, Lesnar looked like a terrifying force. And the ambiguity of his post-match expression, was it shock, respect, or fury, left the door open for more. In a company where titles often define importance, this match proved the value of personal stakes. There was no championship on the line, but there was pride, vengeance, fear, and destiny. The match functioned like a mini-movie. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar at Backlash 2023 will not be remembered just as a match. It will be remembered as a moment when storytelling, performance, and emotion converged perfectly. It reminded us that great wrestling is not about how many flips or finishers you hit. It's about how deeply a match makes us feel something. And this match? It made us feel everything. Fear, hope, shock, and triumph. This is wrestling at its finest. And for Cody Rhodes, it was a step not just toward finishing his story, but writing a new chapter in wrestling history.